All right, guys, that was for the thumbnail, but I think that's gonna look very sick. Just woke up. I feel amazing. I feel hyped. I'm excited to make this video. I'm gonna show you guys what I eat and what I consume around my dunk training. So let's get it. We're gonna start off. I don't do this every morning. I start off with some water. I sometimes squeeze a lemon in there. I put some salt in there to start my hydration for the day. And I always love to use a healthy fat, healthy protein. I eat these at least 5 out of 7 times of the week, probably most of the time 6 to 7 times of the week. I eat 2 eggs, sometimes 3, sometimes I try to eat 4, but I find that 2 eggs works best for me. This is my absolute favorite thing to do with a piece of fruit, especially bananas. I slice it up into pieces like that, drizzle some honey on top. Sometimes I put salt on it and it tastes amazing. And we got some kiwi right here. All right, so I'm on my way to work. I packed some chicken thighs for lunch. I'll probably have a banana on the side with that. Chicken thighs, I went to my family's house last night and had dinner with them, and they were very nice to give me some thighs. All right, so this is something I do every single morning. I've been doing this for around maybe 40 something days straight. I haven't been counting. I missed only 2 days. I have been taking bee pollen, and I'm doing this for an experiment to see what it'll do to my sore throat, my runny nose. I don't get sick that much. I think it's been years and years since I've had a fever. I would get fevers more often, like as a kid, and then like as I got older, I got like less of that. Like once or twice a year, I would get like a sore throat or runny nose. At most, I would have like a 99. Very rarely like 100 degrees Fahrenheit temperature. But it's really annoying when I get a runny nose and a sore throat. It drives me insane when I go to bed and I can't even sleep. It happens mostly during the springtime when the pollen comes around, or when it gets cold in the winter months. So I'm taking bee pollen. Not sure if it'll get rid of the sore throat, runny nose during the fall and winter months when it gets cold, but the true test will be the springtime. Well, let's see if I'm less sensitive to the pollen in the air when I'm taking this. So I'm running out. I'm gonna buy some more soon. I was told to take a capful. Just like that. It looks crunchy, but it melts into your mouth, and it tastes like a unsweet kind of honey. So So this is where I get my fruit juice from. So I'm at work right now. This is a fruit juice machine. So the orange come down this way, go through here, and then comes out of that right there. All right, so I'm about to go work out. This is my 3rd banana of the day. I'm supposed to do isometrics today. I am going to do an upper body workout. I'm gonna try to get my upper body strength back. My bench press used to be at around 230 pounds, and it dropped down to 205. I was at the dunk camp, and I did like a chest bump with someone after I PR'd on the vert trainer, and I got a little tweak somewhere in my chest, so I wasn't able to like bench press. Lasted for a month, and then I lost strength. So I'm gonna add the upper body workouts stuff back in. I've been focusing on rehabbing my knee, and it's getting better. So let's get it. All right, and I also do this as well. I take some honey. Probably not necessary for me to do. I'm not pushing too hard lower body at all, but this is what I do. Like that. And before I jump, before anything most of the time. All right, so I just got back from an arm workout. I went to the store to get some more fruit. We got some dates, more bananas, and some apples. I'm about to make something. I'm gonna make some red meat. I bought this earlier today, some ground beef. I'm gonna make some couple burgers out of this, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make an apple taste even better. All right, so to make an apple taste better, we're gonna slice it in half. Then we're gonna kind of dig out the middle. Careful, don't cut yourself. Just like get the seeds out. It should look like that. We're gonna take some cinnamon, and drizzle it all around. And where did I put the honey? All right, we're gonna drizzle some honey around like that. And then we're gonna air fry this. I don't know exactly how long to air fry it. I would usually do it 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes, but I sometimes check it. You know, it just depends what apple I use. I don't want to like cook it too much, it would burn a little, but I try to cook it just enough to make it squishy and juicy without burning it. And the yogurt that I usually use the whole milk, or it can be full fat yogurt, 2%, 5% yogurt. Got that in here. I'm gonna drizzle some honey in here. Got some dark chocolate, so just dip that in there. And I think I'm gonna use some frozen pineapple on the yogurt. Look at that, so delicious. All right, good morning, guys. Tuesday. I woke up, I'm not that hungry. I had some water, some unpasteurized orange juice, getting some sun in. I'll probably have, in a little bit, I'll probably have maybe 1 or 2 eggs and a piece of fruit. And then probably will have another carbohydrate and drizzle some honey before the dunk session. And then I'm gonna have a T-bone steak. Cannot wait. I'm so looking forward to that T-bone steak. So I'm getting some sun because I am trying to be more consistent getting the vitamin D in. Last winter, I was not getting enough vitamin D, and that came back to haunt me. I was feeling normal, how I would always feel. Like every single winter, I've never went through any type of depression or mild depression. Mid-February arrives, and all of a sudden I go from feeling normal and feeling fulfilled and still working on my dunks and stuff to all of a sudden, like a few days, I feel this like buildup of emptiness and just feeling down and feeling like that everything is less satisfying in life. My lifestyle is less satisfying. And the worst part is that it hit my passion the most, dunking. And dunking felt way less satisfying. And I was freaking out. I was questioning what is going on, and I've done so much research on why I was feeling like this, and it turned out it was from the lack of vitamin D. It was the lack of the sun and all that. Not that I love the dark and I love the snow, but my body cannot handle too much lacking vitamin D. It's gonna find a way to stay more consistent. I'm thinking about taking vitamin D pills if I have to during the winter, so I'm thinking about doing that. All right, guys, I'm going to church tonight. I am going to cook up a T-bone steak. Steak keeps me super, super full and satiated. I love it. It's super, super good. Protein, fat, and all that. I'll probably have some fruit in the side. I have some leftover fried rice with mushrooms and onions in it, so I'll eat that as well. All right. Unpasteurized blood orange, so some more of that. All right, so I'm getting kind of full. I'm gonna save the steak. I have a bit of T-bone left, so I'm gonna chop that into pieces, and I'll probably mix it with some white rice and probably have that for lunch tomorrow at work. I just want to go crazy right now on the jumping. Like this diet I'm doing is just like part of the fulfillment, but dunking is just missing. I need that back so bad, but I'm staying patient, trusting the process. But I am excited to post this video and see what you guys think. So this is the rest of the ground beef from yesterday. I'm meal prepping, so I can have like 2 of these for one meal, and then the rest of the T-bone steak for another meal, and then that for another meal. I can have it with rice or fruit, a vegetable if I want, any of that type of stuff. All right, so this is another hobby that I do. I love to look up stuff on the internet and try recipes, try to turn sugary foods into higher protein or higher fat type foods or healthier carb type of foods. So this is ice cream. It's kind of melting a little bit. So this is like I guess I can call this animal-based ice cream because the ingredients are whipping cream, egg yolks, salt, honey, and vanilla extract. So let's give this a taste. That is actually really good. oh, that it tastes like vanilla ice cream. It tastes sugary. Like the only carb that's in here is honey. Well, the vanilla extract really helps, but that is insane. I am having some dark chocolate and some milk. All right, that's it for today. All right, good morning, guys. We got a pancake. This is made out of an egg whites, and a banana. I had some leftover egg whites from making that ice cream yesterday. I have some coconut dates and a little bit of the T-bone steak. I love to have steak in the morning. And we're gonna drizzle some maple syrup around that pancake. Having a date. All right, just finished up my workout. I'm having a banana. I should have squatted a little bit deeper, but it's okay. It felt like a grind, so quads were burning, felt pretty good. All right, so I just arrived at work. I have a little bit of time to eat. I packed something in this lunchbox. Red meat, burgers, some of the T-bone, and some fried rice. All right, got a piece of a Lindor. All right, finishing the day off with yogurt, frozen blueberries. I put maple syrup in the yogurt instead of honey. I usually do honey. The honey gives the yogurt a better flavor than maple syrup. I don't know, I've never heard anyone put maple syrup in yogurt, but I just experiment that and see how it tastes. But all right, breakfast, yogurt, frozen blueberries, and bananas, something quick and easy because I have to go to work this morning. They asked me to do a morning shift last minute, so yep, that's breakfast. I like to keep the eating as consistent as possible, so I'm using the rest of the wild rice from the other day and the rest of the chicken thighs for lunch. All right, on my break, vitamin D from the sun and a banana. All right, guys, just got back from work. I am making homemade fries. I absolutely love these. I'm gonna season it with olive oil, paprika, some other stuff, and air fry it. And then I'm gonna feel so full, so great. Then I'm gonna go to the gym, do some arms, and not sure what I'll have after, but yeah. I finished about half of my dinner so far. I had 4 eggs on the plate and a bit more fries than that. So good. All right, Friday morning, we got eggs cooked with butter and cooked apples, cinnamon, honey, and butter, and some grapes. All right, for lunch, we got ground beef, white rice, some dates, and some seasonings, and drizzled with some soy sauce. All right, guys, it is 10:10 at night. I'm watching a little bit of football. I just got back from a high school football game and a little bit hungry, so some block cheese, 2 eggs, and some frozen fruit. All right, thank you guys for watching. Cannot wait to post this. I think this is the coolest part of the video. I've seen so many people do this, and I decided to do this myself. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.